not having a baby today, so.
You're not having a baby.
That you know of.
Yeah. Well, she's at the doctor now, and so I told her, I was like, just
We
let me
had a couple
know.
delays.
I'll tell Jim to hurry the commissioner meeting up.
Okay.
I'll be there. in a
All
minute.
right. I'll open this meeting. Stand for the pledge. Butch, would you lead us, sir?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, welcome to our basically second meeting of the year. Unfortunately, we had a few snowstorms, so it got delayed last Tuesday, so here we are. So I will ask for the minutes to be approved from the last meeting.
I'll make a motion, we approve the minutes from the commissioners meeting.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Claims? I ask for a motion to approve the claims.
I'll make a motion, we approve the claims.
I'll
We have
second.
a motion, we have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? VSO report, Mr. Meredith.
Thank you. First off, I'd like to thank the commissioners for approving my purchase of a flagpole for the Heroes Home in Gingerville. Brother Jeff and I got that installed. I think you have a picture in your package of it being installed and flag flying at half staff. So in
Very
honor of
nice.
Mr. Jimmy Carter. And it'll fly at half staff until the 28th, and then I'll raise it to full staff. But I thought it looked very good there. I'm in the process of having a plaque made with donated by Country County Commissioners with all three of your names on it, including Tom Brown's and Jim and Heather that was here and
Yeah,
allowed me to spend the money.
thank
So I appreciate that. It was a small amount of money for, I think, for something that was well received. This case is just absolutely beside itself, and it really improved the attitude and all that about the Heroes Home. And so we're continuing to work on those projects. It's almost ready for their first resident, and so we're interviewing people now, veterans, for that home, and then also making plans for the property in Dale to get it cleared and start building homes there for veterans. And so that's a project that I'm on the board that I'll be taking on in my absence from the courthouse. I'd like to make this my official announcement of my retirement from the VSO position. And so I think you guys have been very supportive of me in the years that I've been here since 2017, and I truly appreciate it. But if I make it to August, I get to be 80 this year. And so I'm pretty excited that I've lived this long. And now that I have, I want to go do something with it. So,
I don't think we as a community can say how happy we are with what you've done, Butch.
well, thank you, sir.
We're just amazing, all the stuff that you've got for us and got for our veterans. And I know I speak for everybody up here, how easy it is to work with you and how much we appreciate the job you've done.
Thank you. It's a labor of love. You have to have a passion for it or you won't do it well. And I thank my successor. One of the things will need to be is they'll have to have a compassion for veterans and a passion to do the work. It's like drinking from a fire hose at first. Lots of information you have to digest, a lot of things you have to learn, but it's possible. Even an old dummy like me that went to Richland High School can learn it. So that's a true story.
So basically, I will ask my two fellow commissioners so we can post a job opening for in-house veteran service officer.
I'll make a motion that we approve the position for part-time veterans office position.
We have a motion on the table. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
One thing I might add, commissioners to think about is if a young person would come aboard they may in fact appreciate the opportunity to have benefits from the county. That would require a full-time position. For a little over 3 years, I held a full-time position to enable me to have the benefits of healthcare at affordable price, and also holidays and vacation days, and PERF. And so, to encourage a younger person to take the helm and do what's required, it might be something to consider. I mean, along with offering part-time, an old retired person like myself, part-time was okay. But it was very beneficial to have full-time benefits
And
for that period of
I
time.
guess then I will ask the board members if we would amend it to and/or full-time. Any discussion on that?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with the sentiment of what Butch
I
is
do
saying.
think county
It depends
council
on the
approved
candidate.
it before they approved the funds for me to go full-time at the beginning of the year. Now, if the position is filled part-time for the remainder of this year, with the option of going full-time next year with county council, with budget hearings, that's something to consider. That's how they worked it with me. I hired in part-time, and then they allowed me to go full-time beginning of the new budget year.
So you've been doing the positions since August again of this year, or when did you come
March
back
of
on?
last year.
March of 24, you came back
Yes.
on as a part-time position.
Yes,
The person prior to that was here a little
Part-time.
under a year,
7 months.
7 months for part-time.
I was here prior to that, full-time.
So do you feel that this is work for a full-time position?
Oh, absolutely.
We just took it to part-time because you
He-
requested?
He requested.
Oh, he requested
My
part-time.
replacement
Asked
requested part-time
part-time.
because he wanted the time off to be with his invalid wife.
Mhm.
And so when I came back to replace him,
You came back
I
part-time.
came back part-time because I enjoy 3-day weekends.
I got you.
And so,
Okay, I think that it's something that once we review the applicants that look to apply, I think we can evaluate it at that time. I don't know that it's something that needs to be done today. I do want to get the job posted
Well, that's
while
why I say, do you want
Butch is
to add,
here.
do you want to add admin on the motion
I
and
know.
or full-time?
because not all,
Because you won't get your people to sign up for it if it doesn't say that.
right, maybe not all applicants would be interested in full-time, which is 35 hours a week. But I'm thinking most of the younger folks would because of benefits, and they're probably married with children, and it makes a big difference.
I'll make that motion, that our description is inclusive of part-time, full-time based on
Okay,
candidate.
we have a motion on the table. Do we have a second?
Second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Butch.
I will add this. I told Melissa that I'm willing to stay until the end of March if it takes that long to get a replacement. But after that, I'd like to be set free. My wife was counting on it.
I think that we can get this going. I'm sure Melissa will have it posted.
Well,
Do
I'm
you
gonna tell
think
you
that
all
this is
something
a
right now.
position that more than one person could do? Is there more than one person?
No,
One person job only needs to be in the job, but it could be part-time or full-time.
one person should be full-time to do it correctly and to give it the effort that it needs. Because there's things other than sitting at the desk, talking with veterans, filling out forms and documents, filing appeals, or whatever. There's a lot to it. We also take care of the cemeteries. Each year for Memorial Day, there's 67 cemeteries in Spencer County. They replace flags on veterans' graves. The VSO is responsible for distributing the flags to volunteers that go place those flags.
Right.
My wife and I, we did 11 cemeteries herself. And then, so the new person will be responsible for taking care of that. Also, logging as our veterans pass away, we have a memorial fund ordering flowers for them, and
I
also
think
put their
what we
names
need-
in the respective cemeteries that they're buried in.
I think what we probably should do is schedule some time for you to, we've approved the position, and then we can review maybe some of what your job description is at,
And I'm more than happy to share that with my successor and give them a list of items that
well, I think you should share it with those that are doing the interviewing.
absolutely, that would help and just to kind of know.
Thank
All right,
you.
anything else, Butch?
No, I appreciate y'all's support through the years.
And you say Daisy said March.
She said end of March would be fine, because she intends for me to drive Miss Daisy around some.
Well, if Daisy says March, then we gotta get this done by March, because
Thank
we
you
don't
very
want
much.
the
I
wrath of
appreciate
Daisy.
I've got enough lumps on this head.
Yeah. I got a couple of them too.
You hate second mule.
Yeah, that's right.
That's her terminology, not mine.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Appreciate you folks.
Sheriff's Department. Nobody from the Sheriff's Department? Highway Department. Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped Health Department, my bad.
I can sit right back down.
No, you can sit back down,
I
Dale.
got snow to move.
Sit down, Dale. Health Department.
Hi, Mindy.
All right, we went back to the drawing board on, seeing about, putting back in some spot the environmental sanitation position, and, the health board and you had had some discussion over that, and maybe combining that with the building inspector. Reached out to Mr. Claiborne, and he helped to come up with a job description, for that, so I don't know if, did you guys get the copy of that?
Yes,
Because
we
I
did.
made some copies if you need one.
Do we need to make a motion on that, Josh?
So,
For the position?
So what you're
well-
asking is for an environmental specialist and a building inspector position to be combined between the health department and the building
Yeah,
inspector role.
and so, yeah, I think a motion would be appropriate, and to the extent you guys wanna post this and seek applicants, then that would be.
We would need to get it approved.
Correct, the one caveat here is the health department, the health board has oversight of the health employees, so, you know, to the extent you combine them, this assumes that they are okay with this approach. And I have not talked with the health department about that.
And
That's
they've
gonna
got
be my
meetings tomorrow.
suggestion, if we can just send this to them. for
We've
them to
approved
be
it,
part
just
of.
so we've approved it.
Right, you
That'd
can send it to
be the
them for
best.
their input and, you know, confirmation they're okay with this approach too.
So basically, what should the, for the position title, environmental and building inspector, would that be enough for the motion to accept?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And then will this position report to both commissioners and the health department, each division of the position?
Yes.
And then do you have this in your budget, or do we need to go
we have
and,
not set a salary for that yet.
Okay.
And that
And
brings
that's
up
where we'll have to
another.
go to the
council?
council and
Yeah.
our salary, so
Mhm.
we'll kind of start to get our ducks in a row
Yeah.
here.
And with doing this combination, does that affect the job category, because it's down as a pat with that? Because I know, I don't know 100%, but you know what the categories is, everybody's job is set in, and then that, it gives you a pay tier within there. So I don't know.
Well, yeah, you guys would be certainly free to change the job category if you want. I mean, this is a draft, obviously, for you guys to
I
respond
think
to.
what we're saying is this is more of a skilled position than an entry-level position. Was the previous environmental position listed as an entry-level or a skilled position?
I'm not 100% sure. I know some counties, they do require that the environmentalist has a bachelor degree. Other counties don't. in-house learning by state people come down and webinars and things like that, and it's kind of on the job learning. So I think that's pretty much what we've done in the past.
All right,
So do we just need to make a motion to send this to the health board?
we'll ask for a
review?
motion.
I'll make that motion and we send it to
We
the
have a
health board. review.
motion. Do we have a second?
Second,
All those in favor?
aye.
All those opposed?
And I would say the health board should maybe off there and put on that job category too. That'd be helpful.
They'll review it tomorrow.
All right, anything else? All right. Now Dale, you can stand up now.
Are we sure? Do I have to?
No.
All right, I just have a couple things here. I know we've talked to you all about some software at the county highway for our Pazer program that we use to rate roads and maintenance of roads, the Violytics program. I think you have the information on the 4 that we had talked about with the 2 phones that go with this program. I think you all were in favor of it. I do have a contract here, one of the 2, whichever one you all would.
I would like us to use the one with 4 pieces of hardware. That's gonna let us get the county mapped a whole lot faster. It's gonna make Dale's job a lot easier of, assigning tasks and getting guys out and taking category and inventory. So my suggestion would be that we go with the contract that includes 4 pieces of hardware.
And the name of that?
It's Violet.
It's
It's the same
Violet.
company. The
Yeah,
difference
it's the
is
same
two
company.
two
You're
versus
making
4.
You're making that into a motion.
This is a contract with 2, but he
I'll
has
make
the
a
one
motion
with
to
4.
accept the 4.
So
We
you're
have a
making
motion on the table.
to approve the Violytics contract with the 4 pieces of hardware.
Yes, ma'am.
I will second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion, we have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Just have to get you to sign it right here, Jim. Right there, that's which one right
Which one?
there? Right, yeah, right there, the buyers.
By our name,
Yes,
got
sir.
it.
And then the other thing that I have, I know with all the snow and ice and everything, I've had 2 tandem dump trucks, 2 plow trucks go down on me this past week. One has a clutch out and the other one has a rear end out. I was gonna see if it'd be okay to go to the council meeting. I think that we emailed to have Melissa put us on the agenda for the next council meeting to see about purchasing a new truck. We got one in the shop right now, we're tearing down to try to put the clutch in. But my plans are to trade one of those off. They have 400,000 miles on them. And I mean, I know it don't seem like a lot, but we're starting to have issues with them. So just see if I could get permission to go to the council to talk to them.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed?
Thank you. I
Anything else,
appreciate it.
Dale?
That's all that I have.
Make sure you tell all of our crew and everybody that worked extra how much we appreciate them.
Yeah, we will.
They got Sunday off? About the only day?
Sunday was the only day off, so.
Very, very interesting last few days here, and
Yeah, let's hope that we don't have that anytime soon.
your crew did a really good job. Thank you.
I'll let you guys know. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
Thanks, Joe.
Okay, EMA. Our bid openings.
Hi, Stephanie.
Stephanie, you gonna come up and join us, or you just gonna sit?
Oh, I'm gonna sit back here. You gotta open the bid.
Okay, we have a sealed bid here, I believe just one envelope. Box trailer at EMS, $205. I believe this is John and Lowe with the phone number.
We have one bid.
I was handed one envelope.
All right. I'll ask for a motion to accept the bid for the box trailer.
I'll make a motion, we accept the bid for $250 for the box trailer at EMA.
That's good.
Second.
Here's the
We
title.
have a motion, we have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Stephanie, you have anything else?
Nope, I was just coming to see if you have anything with that and get your title.
I think we also need to thank you on the job that you did during this disaster. I know we were set several meetings and we were on the phone quite a bit, and we appreciate what you do. We know you put a lot of time in. A lot of times you don't get thanked for the things that you do. And I just want to put that out there. Thank you.
Thank you, you're welcome.
Thank you, Stephanie.
You're welcome.
Legal report.
Okay, I've got a few things. First, in front of you, Melissa was kind enough to print this out because I forgot my hard copies. We have ordinance number 2025, and it should be -01, which is an amendment to section 32.05. At the last meeting, you had a first reading and adopted this in the first, but this adds, if you turn the page over, a new subsection F that says members of the County Redevelopment Commission shall serve without compensation, including stipends, salaries, per diems, or any other form of payment for their service on the board. However, members may be reimbursed for actual expenses incurred in the performance of their duties in accordance with applicable county policies and procedures. One of the reasons for this is that nearly all of the boards and commissions that are in Spencer County are volunteers. This particular one was not, and so there was a desire to bring this in alignment with all of the others. That also expands the pool of people that could serve on the County Redevelopment Commission. So you guys passed this last time, but when you passed it, we didn't have the written version of this, and having a second and final reading in the form of an ordinance was beneficial. So that is the purpose of this.
Okay, you need a motion for us to accept it.
Yep, and
I'll make a motion that we approve the ordinance 2025 amendment to section 32.05.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
What's the ordinance number?
01.
101.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed?
Okay, I see Heather is passing around one to sign. The second item here, which is also in front of you, is resolution number 2025. That will also be 01. So the first we did was ordinance number 1. This is now resolution number 1. You have previously in the form of just motions at meetings, designated RJL as the lead economic development organization for Spencer County, or in other words, LEDO. LEDO is a term of art that's used a lot in economic development circles throughout Indiana, and the LEDO is important for a number of reasons, but one of them is that the IEDC and other state bodies will look to that LEDO as their point of contact. So let's say somebody wants to come in and build a big factory down here, and they start with the state, and the state's going to say, well, you also need to talk with the local economic development folks. Here's who you talk to, as an example, right? And the state is going to look to you guys to tell them who they need to talk to. And recently, you guys identified and shifted to designate RJL Solutions. I know I've been CC'd on some of this communication. I think he's reached out to you, but Jonathan at RJL, they're proposing a new entity that would handle this. RJL, I think, would continue to be a leader in this effort, but creating a new entity will allow other businesses and corporations to help buy in. They can contribute money, which is nice. They can help sit on boards. Other municipalities, folks from towns and cities in the county can be part of that too. And so they're proposing a new Spencer County Economic Authority Corporation. Again, I think RJL would continue to lead that, but having it in the form of this new corporation would allow other people to be part of that, sit at the table and contribute. That's their idea. For some reason, I misunderstood and thought Jonathan might be here to chat about that, but maybe at the next meeting is what his plan is.
Yeah, I think he's coming to next week's meeting.
Okay, so, in light of that, it's up to you if you want to wait until then, but part of this, once you designate this corporation, you'll then, the next step, and I know this is what Jonathan wants to talk to you guys about, how do you decide who's on that board? And he's put out, I think he's emailed to you guys some suggestions. Those are obviously suggestions. There may be some changes you want to make to that, but this is separate from the makeup of the board. This is really just to say we want to create this new entity. and then, step 2 would be then who's part of that.
So this is basically the first step that needs to be done, so I'll ask for a motion to,
I'll make a motion that we table it until next week when we talk to RJL about these.
okay, you
So
wanna
that it's
table it?
all, yeah, I'd
Okay.
like it to be done at
Okay.
one time.
I'm fine with that.
We're good.
I mean, this is just a resolution,
Right.
which it can be approved today, except we can still ask the questions of what he's, because I think what he's proposing, we still get to make those changes too.
Right, and
This resolution is only stating that IEDC and the county and anyone outside of the county understands who Spencer County's local economic development organization is.
yeah, I would
That's
just
what
like
this
us to have
resolution
the makeup, so then when we say that Spencer County Economic Authority Corp. is acting as our Lido, we have a framework ready. Instead of this, then the framework.
So next meeting, when Jonathan brings the information, are you wanting to go ahead and appoint those that day?
Not appointment, but say if this is the makeup, to make the motion that this is what the entity is.
I mean, I'm fine with
We're good, we don't need anything then.
that. So could this be considered the first reading of this?
Well, for a resolution, you only need one, so we can
Okay.
just table it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, boards and commissions, at the last meeting, you guys made a number of appointments. I'm always hesitant to put more on your plate, Melissa, but I have a question. If you are able to send to me who all the council appointed, so I can make that, document up to date and send it out, because I have it updated for the commissioner appointments. As I was walking in today, the Stouts presented me with the desire, need, and request to start the process for bids for a Type 3 ambulance. The county actually owns those ambulances, and so assuming you're okay with it, we can start the advertising process, so that way you would open bids at the next meeting for this. I have here in this, it was handed to me when I walked in, so I haven't looked at it, but, we'll have those available to folks who wanna bid and.
Okay, so we'll need a motion to accept that for the ambulance bids.
I'll make a motion, we create a bid for an ambulance.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all those opposed?
Okay, the last, speaking, and I'm gonna jump back to appointments here, you made several appointments. Two boards is the redevelopment commission and the port authority. I'll just be blunt, my understanding is some folks who had previously been appointed or working with those groups, thought or seek to continue to run those groups even though they don't and schedule meetings. And so I think it may make sense to have an organizational meeting of those two to help clarify the appointments and how things are gonna go forward. And I raise that at least as it relates to the redevelopment commission. Again, I'm not sure who the council appointed, but three of them are you all. And so one option, just for convenience sake, could be before or after the next commissioner meeting, that way since we're all here. And it would take all of 5 minutes, honestly. Just to say, okay, we're convening the commission, here's the president, the vice president, et cetera, and then you're done. Because there's no real action items.
So
for the commission.
basically, you want us to make the time on that meeting probably before the next meeting? I know we have
2:30 is finance board.
2:30 is finance board, so do you want to go
2:15
2:15
for redevelopment.
for redevelopment?
Okay.
Do I need a motion on that?
Yeah, that'd be great.
I will ask for a motion on that.
I'll make a motion that we have our first 2025 redevelopment meeting for organization on January 21st at 2:15.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Okay, and then the Port Authority, I think, those, I'm not aware of any of those folks here. We'll need to reach out to them to have them do something similar.
Melissa can get you those
Okay, I have their names, I don't have their contact info.
email or
yeah.
contact information if you want to reach out to those.
Okay.
I'll see if I got it.
If not, I can
Okay,
do it.
and then
So
finally, go ahead.
I'll get with Melissa on
Okay, and then finally, don't know if our coroner wants to update on, our conversation earlier today, if you wanted to chat about. No, okay, I think we're good.
that. I would like to ask that if the legal counsel would create a notice to proceed letter for county officials on the fire training center. On January 21st, we will be at the council meeting for them to approve appropriation of the funds. So for us, once the funds are appropriated, we need to send a letter to Centerpoint for notice to proceed. If we could have that for the next commissioners meeting, and then I can take it to the council meeting.
Okay.
Do we need a motion to approve the notice to proceed letter?
You can just direct me to draft it at this point.
I am directing you to please draft that.
Directing to please draft that.
To please,
Yeah.
if you could please.
Directing to
If
please.
you could please. And I'm getting ready to direct you as well. Go ahead.
Good luck with that.
Now that's funny. Anything else?
No, that's it, thank you.
Thank you very much. Old business. Anybody have any old business?
I'll make it quick since y'all want me to be quiet. I would like to say that the fire training center is almost to where we're going to start. So we're waiting on the council meeting for January 21st. And from this letter will give us the direction to proceed. And Mark Lautner has been a huge asset in getting the specs together so we can make that happen on hopefully January 22nd for bids for the fire training center. So thank you to everyone that has helped with that. Even you, Mr. Seiler.
Thank you. Any new business?
I have new business.
All right.
Did you wanna go first? Okay. So, I'm here today, I'll hand these out, cause I was a little behind them on the minute race, so put me up here. To seek permission to file for the Substance Abuse Council's mini grant that they're offering. It's a mini grant request, or not to exceed $2,000. There's a drug-free grant. Basically, what I use those for is to purchase our doTERRA drug deactivation pouches that we use at the homes to dissolve a decedent's medications.
And we've gotten this in the past.
Yeah, so I did get it last year. I think it was like an $1,100 grant, and we were able to get the pouches, and we were able to buy some gallon jugs, or 2-gallon jugs rather, that when we get the ambulance, we can put those on the ambulance, and it accommodates a lot more.
All right, so you need a motion to pursue this grant.
That is correct. It's to be presented the 21st of January.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, sir.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I will second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Thank you very much.
Thank you. And then Josh, I didn't realize that you had an opportunity to cover that material already that I sent you. Did you?
No, I think it was just setting it up, we can wait, we can wait till next week.
Okay, I think there's a little bit of discussion that needs to
Yeah,
happen
yeah.
before we have that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. New business. We have no new business.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Thank you all very much.